Hello, good evening. Welcome. My name is Obindako. I want to share with you today what I call don't start business looking for comfort. Don't start business looking for comfort. There are many professions that people can start and that they can look for comfort. There are so many careers that people can look to start and still look for comfort. But I'm of the opinion that if you say you want to start a business and you want to be a private man, as they call it in Ghana, private sector, if you want to be an entrepreneur, if you want to be somebody who want to be, you know, building businesses, building companies, the last part of it that you would want to consider will be comfort, because the journey is of everything but comfort. And the fact that you don't go for comfort does not mean that the journey is not enjoyable. It does not mean that you will not enjoy it. It does not mean that you will not be happy. It does not mean that it will not be what other English word can I use? It does not mean that you will not have life. It just means that if you are of those people who who are looking for comfort, then don't start a business. Don't start business at all. You just stay in your comfort zone and enjoy the life that you want. The thrill of life is not in the comfort zone. The thrill of life is in achievement, it's in production, it's in productivity, it's in daring, it's in taking risk, it's in going after your dreams, it's in pursuing of that which is in your heart. Life was never meant to be lived out of certainty. It was meant to be lived out of faith and out of risk. So for me, building business is full of those. It's full of those things that you look for, but not comfort. You don't look for comfort. You don't look for all the other nice things that people look for. People who don't want trouble, people who don't want anybody to talk to them anyhow, people who don't want anybody to, denigrate them, disrespect them, people who don't, they are very collected and calm and structured, and they have a certain image of themselves. If you have that kind of attitude, I think that don't start business. Just become, go and look for those kind of professions where people are very much, respected, and there's dignity in that. If you start business, you should welcome the fact that you have accepted to live your life out of the comfort zone. And I think that beyond business, people who stretch themselves to go for goals, people who want to achieve something beyond the normal, beyond that which everybody can predict, are people who live life beyond the comfort zone. And so my premise is that if you want to start a business, or if you're in business, you want to succeed, you want to go after your dreams, you want to become something, you want to live that which is in your heart, you want to realize your dreams. And I think the last bit of it is to look for comfort. Because if you're looking for comfort, it means that you're looking for security. You're looking for that which will make you happy, even if you don't stretch. I don't think that you should live life as an entrepreneur, as a business person, for comfort, for that which is acceptable, that which is of the norm. I think that the moment you say that you want to become an entrepreneur or you want to build a business, you have signed that agreement, which is of not of anything but of comfort. There is no comfort in terms of you building a team for your business, and every now and then, somebody in the team will just decide to leave the business. There's no comfort. There's always disruption. There's no comfort that the manager that you trained, that you left the business, say, Bill, take this, and this is what I expect from you, will not live up to your expectation. There's no comfort when uh, your mates that you started life with, they have everything together. They have everything. They can expect monthly salary. They can build a house. They can buy a car. Sometimes they can marry, have children. They have time to do everything. Very happy. And you say that you want to build a business. I think that initially those things you will never see. You will never see. And for most people, that is not something that looks like comfort to them. The comfort is, the thing that they look for that is very much acceptable in the community, in the culture, in your world. Everybody knows that when you finish school, you go and look for a job. And when you get a job, you marry. And when you marry, you build a house and you give, birth, to children. You're called a director, manager. Those are predictable, and your head in, biggest thing in the community, in the country. That for me is comfort for a lot of people, where they know that okay, every month I'm saving 200 Ghana cedis. Every month I'm saving 1,000 cedis. That is comfort. They don't owe anybody. Nobody owes them. Nobody comes to insult them. Nobody calls them out of nowhere. The other day, I had a scenario where a lady who was working with us, one of our managers let her go home because she could not. The expectation was not there. She was not meeting them. Then I said somewhere, a decision of a manager, you get a call from somebody accusing you of something that you didn't even call the shot. But because you are responsible, you have to handle the situation. There's nothing comfortable about that. People will call you, and a lot of the workers, their decisions, good or bad, especially the bad ones, come to you, whether you are there or you're not there. So if you're looking for comfort, I dare say that don't start a business, and don't think of building a company and employing people, because people will disappoint you. They'll create debt and problems for you. If you're looking for comfort, don't, because you are somewhere, you start a business, the next minute the government institutions are looking for you that you owe them. You have not paid tax. And they treat you like a criminal. You're looking for comfort, don't start the business that you think you want to start. Sometimes you meet people and they say that, I have been thinking of, that is the best way to go, to start your own business. And you are 40 years, you are 50 years, you are used to comfort. And now you say that, I'm tired working for people, I want to start a business. And you're looking for comfort. If you're used to comfort, don't try. Stay, work, take a salary, be happy there, expand the company, contribute your part. But if you want to go for your dream, and you're so convinced that it's your dream, and you want to go for freedom, you want to go for after your passion, those things are opposite comfort. They contain risk, they contain pain, they contain disagreement, they contain, people will resent you, people will accuse you, people will attack you, partners can disagree and fight you, your creditors can call you stupid and unwise because you wasted the money. You will work for people who will not pay. people will come close to you and they will cheat you, they will lie. People's decision will put you into bad situation. Sometimes you can lose everything that you ever built. You may have to start all over. Okay. These are all things that people go through. These are all things that people go through in building business, in owning businesses. And they don't look like something which looks like, or which look like comfort to me. And so when you meet somebody and you look at the way they think, the way they look at life, and they say that they want to start business, I tell them that, let's say, your comfort and your security and your reputation means a lot to you. Why do you want to soil it? Why do you want to destroy it? Why do you want to taint it by starting a business? Because if your desire is the comfort zone, you know it. We're very much comfortable. Say, no. Every month they pay me 20,000 Ghana cedis. Why do you want to stop that and go and start a business? It should be something higher than comfort if you want to start a business. It should be something that you really connect with before you start a business. Especially when you have worked before, when you have tasted life, when you have tasted prestige and respect, when you have run with some people, some network, when you have had your ego, pumped high, you should not be thinking of starting a business if you have not dealt with working beyond and outside the comfort, what people call the comfort zone, where you're very happy. Nobody disturbs you, nobody stirs you, nobody challenges you, nobody abuses you, nobody dares to even question you anything, because you are the god in your world. You're very comfortable. I remember there was a time that some politicians were saying they were a comfortable lady. They were so sure that everything that they had done was certain that they were going to win. Don't start business if you have that kind of thinking, or you'll be shocked, you'll be amazed that the results will prove otherwise. If you ever felt that you are so much intelligent, you will see it when you start that business. It will not be intelligence that will make you successful in business. It will be your ability to withstand pressure, to go beyond the comfort zone, your courage to keep going when everybody else is giving up. Your courage. The other day, I talked to somebody, and he was saying that he wants to, he has started something, but he was still looking for a job. The man is looking for comfort. So ask him, if you are doing something and it is picking, why do you want to stop that and go and look for a job? Because at least you started with something little, and now this thing is picking. Why do you want to stop it and go and look for a job that you don't know it will be there? It's because of his training. He is very much comfortable with that which he knows every month he'll be paid. He knows that every month, even if it's 1,000 cedis, he'll be paid. He doesn't have to worry himself about all the problems that business owners worry about. If that is his desire, no problem. If you're looking for comfort, no problem. But you cannot look for comfort and look for the business at the same time. Not the ones that I have known. Maybe it is there, I don't know. But the one that I've known is that you don't have to look for the two. They don't meet. You look for one, you leave the other. You look for business, you don't look for the comfort. You look for comfort, you forget about the business. But if it's in your dream, if it's in your heart, if it's something that you so desire to pursue, then you cannot sacrifice that by keeping the comfort. You just have to live what is in your heart, what is in your dream, that which you think is your part to play in this life. And if it happens to be building a business, then go after it. But don't look for comfort. There are so many people in our country who only look for comfort, to look for that which is certain. Majority of them are men. Majority of them are men. I think a lot of African men, especially those that we send to school, have been programmed to look for comfort, to look for security. Those that we sent to school. The other ones that we didn't send to school, I think that most of them are doing that because they cannot be employed. If they could be employed, a lot of them will never say that I want to build a business. They look for comfort. What society thinks. If what society thinks is so much important to you, you've been programmed for comfort. If you agree with everything that people say, you've been programmed for comfort. If the way you think and you look at life is almost in agreement with a lot of people, you've been programmed to look for comfort. You've not been programmed to question and dare and challenge and be isolated and sometimes be vilified if they have to. You have not been programmed to go after your dream, even if it means that everybody disagrees with it. There are so many people who are so much in love with people agreeing with their choices. It's a comfort program. Don't start a business yet until you have dealt with it. Don't try to do anything that is controversial. You are programmed for comfort. You are programmed for that which is acceptable. And I think in any culture that people have been programmed to look for that which is acceptable and standardized, English, and that which everybody does, they've been programmed to be comfortable. So they will never be the ones who innovate. They will never be the ones who create prosperity. They will never be the ones who solve problems and who bring development and progress. Because all development and progress come out of distraction, out of stepping out, beyond your comfort zone. If a runner, those who run, if they want to beat their record, they have to train beyond the previous training. That stretches them beyond the comfort zone. You have to enter into the unknown, that which is very much inconvenient, if you want to dare. And business is always like that. It's always stretching you because the things that come at you, none of them you can really expect. You may assume, but you cannot predict exactly what is coming the next day. Every day is different. With the finances, every day is different. With the people, every day is different. With the economy, every day is different. With the project you're on, the business you're doing, the sales that you're doing, every day is different. And the moment you're dealing with things that are unpredictable, you cannot stay in a comfort zone and be productive. You don't know what is coming. The comfort is very much, traditional, because this is what we expect in January. This is what we expect in June. This is what we expect in December. We don't want any challenge. This is how it is done. There are a lot of people like that. But if you are starting business all by yourself, nobody is contributing anything, and you're not skilled, you don't know anything, you cannot carry that mind and go for business. You have to go opposite to that which is popular, that which is common, that which is easily agreed upon. Because that is what is comfortable. People know it. People know it. You have to be, there are a lot of big English words for that, something contrarian or something. You have to be opposite. And that is very much uncomfortable for a lot of people. So don't look for business and look for comfort at the same time. have to shift your mind and say that I want to dare, I want to stretch myself. You say that let's say you start the business and it's making 1,000 cedis every month. For you to make 10,000, you cannot be comfortable with the 1,000 and grow that business. Just as you cannot be comfortable with a business with that which you have not started and start it. You have zero business. You cannot be comfortable with the zero and get the 1,000 business per month. And so for you to grow the business is the same. The moment you get used to a particular phase, you say that I'm very good at this. This is what we are. We have 10 companies. We have 200 million project. Very much comfortable, settled, mastered it. You don't want to go anywhere. Stagnated. Life is never like that. Life is in constant growth. The moment you get settled with a figure, we get settled with a certain phase, you start to die. You start to destroy. You start to be taken over. Somebody else is coming. That's business. So if you have conditioned yourself to be that much comfortable and traditional, like key soap advert, you say the tradition goes on. So there is the same key soap. They don't put it in anything. They gave it to their daughter, then the granddaughter, and the tradition goes on. I don't know if the tradition is still going on for key soap, because business is constant change. So anytime that anybody gets comfortable with anything, no matter how much skilled you are, you cannot be comfortable. You can't. It's constant change. Life is like that. Life is in constant change. No 2 days, no minute are the same. No moment is the same in a business. Not even in life. So if you want to start a business or if you want to grow your business, you cannot embrace being comfortable. You have to keep challenging your philosophy, keep challenging yourself, keep developing yourself, keep developing your team, keep challenging your thought, keep challenging your people, keep encouraging your people becoming better. You cannot be the same as you were 1 year ago. The thought that you had on business, on money, on the kind of company that you run, even the kind of economy that you are in, they cannot be the same. You cannot get up early in the morning and be listening to all these radio people and say that you want to build a business. Because what are they saying all the time? They're saying the history, that which happened 3 days, 4 days. No, you want an information that will progress you, that will challenge your thought. So you select even the people that you listen to, people who are constantly challenging that which you have. You cannot be dogmatic in your thinking and expect progress and expect that you build a business. So sometimes when I see somebody who says that they want to build a business, I want to look at the book in their hand. I want to look at the things that they're using to train themselves, especially if they're Africans. Because if you're African, there is a lot of information that you have got to acquire when it comes to production, when it comes to progress, when it comes to development, when it comes to advancement, when it comes to prosperity. There's a lot of information deficit with the Africans. They don't know it. And so we run with the old knowledge and we still continue to produce the same results, or sometimes even in deficit. And so if you're like me, if you're from Ghana, if you're from Nigeria, if you're from Kenya, if you're from Togo, Burkina Faso, you have to know that there is so much that you have to double to acquire. Constantly on character, on ethics, on technology, on money, almost on everything. Constant. The thing is that those who are even ahead of us are constantly challenging their thoughts, constantly challenging their principles, their ideologies. They are constantly challenging them. They are challenging them. You look at the cell phone today, they are not going to keep this cell phone the next 10 years. They are going to challenge it. They challenge, even though it's working perfectly, but they are challenging it. They are always looking at what can this become. Can we get faster speed? Can we get a lot of things working faster, cheaper, in more quantities? That's what they're looking. So constantly they are not comfortable. They are not. Every minute you're going. Now those who are poor on this earth are the ones who are very much comfortable in their thoughts, in their traditions. They are the ones who are calling culture. You know, Africans, we like the term culture. So we are dancing, we are, you know, that's what we do. And we carry the same clothes, the same food. We almost everything is the same. And that's why those who are comfortable will always go and beg those who are challenging the status quo all the time. You know, so if you look around the world, the countries that are poor are very much settled in their culture, they're settled in their food, in their clothing, in their thought. And those who are going for it are challenging every thought. Every thought that was yesterday is being challenged today. Every thought. They are challenging constantly. They are not settled. So if you are a business person, you cannot be settled in your thought. Say that this is how we do it. It's how, no, there's always a better way. There's always a new way. There's always going to be a better knowledge than what you have today. That's how the world was created. And that's why development has come. That's why innovations have come. That's why discoveries. Men have done discoveries because they challenged. They didn't get comfortable with that which they had achieved. And so when you are doing business, you have to settle in your mind that you are going to always challenge the status quo. Challenge your thoughts, challenge your belief, challenge everything, challenge. Always asking questions. Is this the only way that we can do this? Is there any other way? Cheaper, better, faster? Keep your tradition, keep your identity if you want. Or you challenge the status quo. You don't have to become another person. You don't have to become a white man or a Chinese or an Indian. You just have to challenge that which you do. You say that, is there any other way that we can do this and do it better? You know? So the way we pan fufu, we don't have to just throw the fufu away and say that we want to eat pizza. No. Is there any better way that we can prepare this fufu? Cheaper, faster, in quantities that a lot of people can get it, and even preserve faster? That then we are thinking. Like the way we do the kente. We have kept it at a very comfortable stage. No improvement, no technology. We still take a lot of days to make one string. And then somebody else will come, look at it, and go and send it in a factory, produce a lot of them, sell it cheaper, and collapse the business. Collapse the whole industry. Why? It's because the other people are much settled in their comfort zone, and they call it tradition. So long as there is going to be technology, so long as there is going to be population growth, new diseases coming, people are, you know, before you were maybe 25 million, now you're 30 million. The world is increasingly, you know, moving, expanding. You cannot be in your comfort zone and think that you're going to compete. Even if you're not competing against anybody, competing against yourself. No. So don't look for comfort if you start a business. Look for productivity. Look for progress. Look for innovation. Challenge your thought all the time. Challenge it. Is this the way I'm keeping the money in the business? Is it right? The way I'm training my workers, is it right? Is this the best place to situate this business? Do you think we can sell more? What can we do to sell more? Is this the best package that we can have? Is this business the only business that we have to do? Can we build another business out of this? Is this the best workers that we can have, or we can employ more and expand and grow? There are a lot of people who are talking about entrepreneurship who don't have one employee. And a lot of them, you know, sometimes you look at entrepreneurship seminars and you look at the titles of the people. This is a manager from Vodafone, manager from Stanbic Bank. What are they doing talking about entrepreneurship? Now they even say that, oh, you know, entrepreneurship, what are they doing? They can take the risk. So they should be talking about management. They will be talking about how to work with these companies, but not entrepreneurship, not starting business. They have not started it. They are settled in their comfort zone and they're talking about something that they have not dared to try. And a lot of time, when I look at the boys and the young women and men who listen to these people, I'm like, you will never be able to start anything. Because the information that they give you will never push you to dare to try, because they're talking out of their comfort. That's what they know. Business is not comfort. Business is production. Business is daring. It's doing. You don't get it by reading all the articles. There was a time that the lady was discussing something to me. She said, "Oh yeah, she has a very nice idea. She wants to give money to women, And she has done all the documentation. She has the investors. She's always talking. Business is about doing. Entrepreneurship is about doing. Whatever idea that you have, if you have not built it, if you have not built any business at all, it means that there are a lot of things that you're going to develop beyond just the idea. The people skill, the financial management, how you lead yourself, how you understand the market, how you understand the product, how you can improve the product. And so it's not just about reading and talking and studying. Just sometimes you just have to have the courage to say that let me start something. And when you start, your wisdom multiplies. Your expertise, that's where you start to become better. By starting to getting one revenue, 2, 3, get 1 customer, 2 customers, 4 customers. Even if it doesn't work, you would have known that idea, the way you presented it could not work. So entrepreneurship is about doing. It's about just getting to the field and practicing. And anybody who is doing and challenging himself all the time is somebody who has lived beyond the comfort. So business is about comfort. Business is not about comfort. It's about challenging yourself, daring, going against that which everybody says that is not possible. It's about living. The three is in the three of life, the joy of life is in taking risk. It's in taking risk, challenging yourself. Even when you're afraid, when you are not sure, you dare to say that, I want to try this. It's business. And when you fail, don't cry. Try again. Because it's out of comfort. If you look for comfort, don't try business. That's why you meet a lot of people. They have all the documents. They have all the business plan. They have everything sorted out. They have everything written down. Fantastic. Look nice, but they still are afraid to dare because their frame of thinking is comfort. They are not sure if it will work. But nobody is sure if it will work. You see, the thing about it is that you just gather confidence as you continue. As you start the journey, the confidence will come. You never get the confidence, full confidence, by just looking at the situation and say that, yeah, I'm trying to build myself. I'm making sure that I will not fail. When you meet anybody who's trying to start business and talking like that, and it's their first business, they will never start. They will never start. They are too sure. They are too sure. They want to be too sure before they dare to take any risk. You don't dare to take risk if you're sure. Then why is it risk? It's not risk. If you're so sure of what you're going to get, it's not risk. There's an element of uncertainty in it. That is what distracts the people who are looking for comfort. So don't live life in comfort. Business is not for those who are looking for comfort. It's for those who are looking for something beyond comfort. They want to do something with their lives. They want to try. Maybe they want financial security. Maybe they just want to establish themselves that at least have been able to start a business. Out of your ego sometimes. Or some people want to start a business to create employment for themselves and for others. Whatever your reason of starting a business, comfort will not be part of them. Maybe at the end of your life, you may look for comfort. And for me, the best form of comfort is that which you created out of the risk, out of the faith, out of the uncertainty. Any comfort that anybody created for you is really not comfort. Because at the end of it, they will you'll be challenged. Because, even if you work with the government, very certain that maybe nobody will sack you, the salary will come, but you go on retirement. And when you go into retirement, you see that life was not as comfortable as you thought. Nobody lives life in comfort and does anything great. Life was never structured to live in comfort. Life is lived with some amount of uncertainty, risk, faith, daring, courage, boldness to challenge the status quo and do more, stretch. So there's a constant need of wanting to do more, and that's what business is about. And so if you maybe you express your comfort, you express your first business, you went beyond the comfort, and maybe you have settled with certain figures, start to stretch yourself again, start to retool yourself, go for training, go for knowledge, expand your mind, expand your exposure. Go and look at what others are doing. Sometimes when you move around, when you see some things that others are doing, nobody will tell you that you're not doing anything. Or maybe you have just settled. Lack of exposure can make people very much settled and comfortable in that which is not even success. You know, when you live in the village and you are the champion there, when you build a single room, you think that you are the richest. When you're there and you move to another place and you go and see what people who are not as old as you have done, you go back to your village, you see that you're not proud of that which you have done again. You want to stretch. Because sometimes people are very much comfortable because they live in their little world. The moment you start to challenge and move out, go and see what others are doing. You come home and you see that, let's say, I've not even started first. I've not even done anything. So the more you continue to train yourself and expose yourself to people who are going somewhere, to the challenge, not expose yourself to people who are daring, thinking huge. Suppose pick one or two or three people and look at how they think, how they look like at life, what they are building, their philosophy of life, the way they dare. They never satisfied. They want big things. They want to do huge things for mankind and for humanity. People only get settled because they are not exposed. They live in their comfort zone and they think that they are successful because they live in a very little world. You know, and if you're an African, you have a high tendency of that. You live in a little world and you call yourself very rich, very successful. And the moment you step out and go and look at what others are doing, you come home and say like, wow, I thought I was doing something. But the way I look at it, these guys are thinking differently. Because there's constant challenge of the status quo. So you develop that kind of thinking, that way of looking at life, that you're always challenging. That's why, when you were growing up, they didn't encourage us to challenge anybody, to challenge anything that they said to us. A lot of them, they added some kind of explanation to it, that there is some spirit somewhere saying this, and once the spirit is saying that, we can challenge it. And that's why people get comfortable. That's why people get locked up in tradition. Why? Because the ability to question, the ability to challenge anything was taken away from you when you were young, when you were a child. And so you get comfortable. Don't dream, you don't dare. You do little things and you're boasting. You start a business, you just get 1,000 revenue and you think that you are doing well. You're not doing any well. It's a constant process of challenging the status quo, challenging the thought, challenging the ideas, challenging your sales, challenging your team, challenging yourself, getting better, increasing, doing more. It's constant. It's constant. The moment you settle, you are gone. The moment. If anybody met you last year, today they should come and meet you getting better. They should come and meet you thinking better, knowing better, wiser, more knowledgeable, more understandable, more skilled. They should come and meet you. They should come and meet you, having become stronger in thinking. Stretch beyond that which was comfortable. If you look at my muzzle here, I don't have muzzle because I've lived in comfort zone. If I have to build those muscles like the other guys have built, have to stretch. I have to go and gym. I have to change my food. I have to stretch. The same with the mind. If you want to stretch your mind, you cannot live with the comfort. You have to go and expose yourself to people who would even insult you. And when they talk, they will make you feel like you are nothing, you don't know anything. They challenge your thinking. If you're ignorant and you're working with people and you're very comfortable in your ignorance, change that relationship. It will not get you anywhere, because in this life, your results just are coming from the kind of exposure that you have, the mind that you have, the development that you have, the world that you see. That's where your results is coming from. Nobody else is responsible for the results that we get. The business that we have not been able to start is because of the way we look at life. We just built a single bedroom house and we think that we are so much successful. So when you're talking to people like that, they think that what do you want to build business? You're worrying yourself, right? I have a job, they pay me well. I have a wife, I have children. How much do I want out of life? I'm settled. And there are a lot of people who think like that, especially, those who have gone to school. So why do you worry yourself so much? Because they live in selfishness. People who are comfortable, who are very much comfort conscious, are very much self-focused. They are selfish. The moment you think beyond yourself, you live beyond the comfort zone. Because then you can see the need of others. You can look and see the need where there is so much, how there is so much that we have to improve. In our country, in our community, in our lives, in everybody around the world, there's so much that has to be done. So the moment you settle in your comfort zone, it means that you are only looking at yourself, your little world. The same with your business. So when you're building a business, think beyond yourself. Think beyond that which will make you think as the possibilities of the solutions that you can create, the prosperity that you can create, the employment that you can create, the development part that you can contribute to our country and its building. That way, you will live beyond the comfort. You stretch yourself, and you'll be open to anything that comes so far as business is built. Any discomfort, any disagreement, any pain, the challenges that come, because they will come. And the essence of them is to move you from anywhere that you have settled, any comfort zone that you have settled. These things will come and challenge you to become better, stretch you, become better, stretch you, become better. And that's why you grow, that's why you expand. The moment you stretch beyond your comfort all the time. So if you look at your life and all your years, you've never challenged yourself, you never stretch yourself, you never stretch your ideas, you're very comfortable with the way you look at life, and you don't even consider anybody else's thought at all. It's only your thought, and you think that you are the best, yet you have nothing to show that you are the best. There's something wrong somewhere. You are settled in your comfort, and nothing will change until you change that kind of way of looking at life. So constantly challenge your thought, constantly stretch your beyond. Stretch. If the marriage is not working, it's because you're settled. Can you challenge your thought on the woman? Can you challenge your thought on the man? Do you respect? Do you understand them? Do you know them? Their concerns, are they clear to you? Stretch. The moment you live beyond, you live in success, you live in your dream, you live in your life was never meant to live in comfort. Life was meant to live beyond the comfort. Stretching, becoming better. So business is like that. Don't ever look for comfort and think that you start a business. Don't even look for success in life if you're comfortable with where you are. It's only when you start to challenge yourself, you start to challenge everybody, you start to challenge. And that's why entrepreneurs are recalcitrant. Entrepreneurs are distracted. Entrepreneurs are, most of them, look at their background. People who enter into business, most of them, they are rough. They are not collected. They are not coming from a well-organized background. Most of them. Why? Because they are not used to living in a comfort zone. And those who have lived in comfort zone, starting a business is not something that they can relate with, because all their lives they are in the comfort. So they want to do something that is so much like that, regimented, clear, settled, certain, possible. So don't look for comfort if you want to start a business. Look for innovation. Look for constant learning. Look for stretching. Look beyond yourself. Look for that what you can do with society, the prosperity that you can create, the job opportunities that you can do, the businesses that you can build, the things that you can bring to society. Look for that, not comfort. Because if you live for comfort, you didn't live at all. The joy of life is living, challenging the thoughts that have crippled us, challenging them and becoming better. There are people who have challenged science principles and been right. You said that the world was flat. Somebody has challenged it to say that no, it's not flat. It looks beyond flat. It should be something beyond. Because then when you're walking on it, you should fall. So for when you walk, you don't see that we are falling. So somebody else is always challenging something. And so challenge. And nobody else will kill you. A lot of things that they have taught you that have made you poor, start to challenge them. Because I think that everything that anybody has ever taught you, after a while they should produce results. So if they are not producing results, there's something somewhere that you have to challenge. And that will call for living beyond or outside the comfort zone. Outside the comfort zone. So thank you for watching. Business and comfort, they don't meet. You have to keep on stretching yourself constantly. Thank you very much.